Hello, and welcome back to Crochet at my house. So I've been really busy this week doing all sorts of crochet stuff, working on just finishing things. One you might remember is this here. This is the Nativity Advent Calendar, and I've actually been working on this a lot. So this little bag here, I've been storing all the pieces that I've been making in it. Now, a lot of these aren't finished, but there's a lot of pieces to be put together. A lot. I do apologise for the rustle. I have a lot to scoop out this little bag. Okay. So, firstly, you may remember I made this little person a while ago. This is one of my wise men. I've been working on a lot of these. So I now have 3 wise men. So their arms all kind of go in different directions. I'll fix that later. Although it is kind of nice that they go in different directions because it doesn't make them look so stiff. Like this one kind of looks like it's waving. And so does this one. These are my wise men. Now these were all done with a velvet type yarn because I thought it might make them a bit different. So this one's kind of a wineish colour. Very cute. I like how this one is. And they are slightly different size-wise, specifically the wise men, because the yarn I was using for these are not all exactly the same weight. So this one's kind of tall and this one's kind of tubby and this one's on the small side. But people are like that, so it doesn't make much of a difference. So this is a little red one. It's a red velvet colour and he's on the kind of taller side. So that's my 3 wise men. I've also made 3 of the same colour. So these are actually going to be the angels. I'm not quite sure what some of these ones are doing. Like this one looks like it's flexing its muscles. But whatever. They'll get sorted later on. But these are the angels, all 3 of them. And they're actually supposed to get their hands put in that sort of a position. So their arms won't stay all over the place for long. So there's 3 of them. And I just used a kind of mustardy goldish yellow. I've also got 3 others. Now these 3 are actually closer to being finished than a lot of the rest of them are, just because they have more of their pieces. So first up I have the shepherd. So he's got a little white outfit on, and as you can see he's got his head covering, which does have a tail, it's not attached yet. I've just sat on top of his head, but he's fairly close to being finished because he does have that. He has a couple of other pieces I need to add along with like eyes and stuff, but that's him. And the other 2 that I've got really close to finished are actually Joseph and Mary. So this one here is Joseph. I've got him in kind of a light aqua teal kind of colour, and he's got a grey head covering. And I've also got Mary. So yes, I have done all the people. All the people are done. I'm just working on parts for them. So Mary's head covering is slightly different. Hers is longer than everybody else's. If I put them side by side, you can kind of see hers is longer. So hers sits further down than everyone else's. It's pretty cute. I think it came out nicely. And she's wearing a pink dress, So that's all of them. They all got their main bodies done, and I've done a few head coverings. I've got a bunch of other pieces to make for them, and then I've got like all of the sewing to do for those, and a couple of other pieces. And if you look at the front here, see there are 9 people. So they all have their pieces to be made. There's also the camels still left, some more sheep, and a gift. So I'm getting pretty close on that. And then of course the last thing I've got is the pockets. That's how it's going with the advent calendar, and I'm thoroughly enjoying these. They're a lot faster than a lot of other amigurumis, although amigurumi can be pretty fast. Because they're so tiny, they are quick, and so I can make quite a few of them in one day, I've found, which is how I ended up with so many in here. And I'm going to try and get more of that done in the coming week. I am enjoying doing that. Now the next thing is, you may or may not remember, I have been joining in with Jayda's mile a minute crochet along with Judy's birthstone along thing, and basically I'm using the colours from hers and the patterns from hers, and I'm really enjoying doing that. So here is my mile a minute, and I am currently holding it upside down. Yeah, so this one here is January, we have February, March, April, May, June, July, and now here is August. So August was this little flower shape, see? And I did find this one quite fun. I will say though, if you are doing it, when you're doing this row here, you're using the top kind of area of this one, but not this one. So I have a tendency when I was doing this to make this one slightly on the tight side, just so that the hole wasn't so visible. And yeah, I've not woven in that end yet, but otherwise this strip is done. And I chose to use a bright yellow. So I can't remember what the birthstone was, but I remember the colours we were able to use was greens, brown, and yellow, and I picked yellow. So that's the yellow I picked, and I think it looks lovely. I have 2 other things. Now, one of them you probably haven't seen. Maybe saw it at one point. I started it ages ago, basically. And it's this here, which is a red heart pattern, and it's called Crochet 3-in-1 Hand Warmers. So that's what they look like. And there's a picture further up the back that shows the 3 different ones. So here's the 3 different ones. We've got the fingerless ones, flap, and standard mittens. I'm making the flap mittens. That was the whole reason I got the pattern. Right. Just got them on my project bag here. So this is them. Now I do have one folded up, as you can see, and one isn't. These are going to be a Christmas present for my aunt. And I'm using a variegated yarn, so that's why this section here and here is slightly different, because I was just using the variegated yarn. And like there's a little bit of the yellow there and some green there. So that's what it looks like so far. All I haven't done is the flap. And this is what it looks like on, so I thought it was a nice thing that you could do this. You could fold up the cuff, so if you want a warmer wrist, you can do that, and it also brings it further up your arm. But if you're wanting your arm warmed up, you can just do this. And as you can see, it's a bit short on me. That is because I actually shortened that section of the pattern just a little, because my aunt has really tiny hands, and so for her this actually lands right here rather than way down here on me. But they're really cute. They were actually fairly easy to make once I figured it out, and the thumb's fairly easy. You actually do some of this thumb section while doing this, and then at the end you go around just the thumb. So that bit's kind of like doing an amigurumi. You just do singles all the way around and then cinch it in the top. And that's where the top is. Now for the flap, basically it's going to get attached along here, and then when you use it, you can just flap it over. So that's something. They're nearly finished. I'm finding them fairly fun to make, and I am using kind of scrap yarns, so it's just about enough to make them. Now the last thing I have been working on is in, of course, my lovely purple bag that I like, this one, and I'm actually not working on this a lot, just because I am trying to focus on things that I would like finished. So Christmas presents and stuff is what I'm basically mainly working on. But this here I am working on at times when I want something to work on, but I'm doing something where I don't really want to pay attention, because this is an easy project. So this here is the Call the Midwife baby blanket, otherwise known as the block shawl. And this is how it is. It's gotten really quite big now. I'm just about finished with the amount of yarn that I have. So I will have one more stripe of this and this on top of here, and then I'll be doing some sort of edging. It is fun, and I think, if I remember, this is stone and this is buttercup that I'm using, or buttermilk, something like that. And we've got vintage peach and whatever colour that is. I really like the vintage peach, it's very pretty. So that's all of my crocheting for this week. So I have one last thing. I got 2 new tops as well, and I just thought I'd show them because they are so pretty. So this is the first one, which is a bright yellow colour, and then it's got kind of pink flowers with green leaves, and then some white textury patterns around that. And I just thought this was super cute. And then the next one is this purple one. So again, it has sort of a flowerish sort of pattern, and it does have this little section here. So it has like a big top kind of thing, and it does have these buttons which do not button the it has like buttonholes here, but they're sewn shut, so they're just kind of a decorative thing, but they are very nice. And of course they're both long sleeves. So that's what I got. But one other thing I've been doing is I made sticky toffee pudding, and it was quite fun and actually fairly easy, and it tasted really good. I even made the topping to go on it. And so I was just wondering if other people here liked baking, and if so, what sort of things do you like to bake? Oh, and just if anyone was wondering, I did, oopsie, my thumb. It is fine, but I just thought I'd mention that if anyone's been like watching me in this video, moving stuff around, being, what's up with her thumb? Yeah, it's fine. So remember and comment, like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications every time I put up a new video.